Hello everyone. Welcome to a primer video on Microsoft Graph Connector setup. Today you will learn nuts and bolts to get a Graph Connector up and running. Let's get started. Graph is a gateway to data and intelligence in Microsoft 365. With user at its center, it connects all the rich, relevant information and insights in Microsoft Cloud. Graph APIs power modern Microsoft 365 experiences. The non-Microsoft Workplace applications can participate in these experiences with the help of Graph Connectors. How do we set up a Graph Connector? Setting up a Graph Connector is a three-step process. First, we need to connect to your non-Microsoft data source. Graph Connector will need to know where your data source is located. It can connect to both cloud and on-premises deployments. Your on-premises data source might be within your organizational firewall. To help in these cases, we have built a lightweight Graph Connector agent. It will run as a service within the organizational boundary and securely communicates with Graph Connector APIs. After knowing where, the Graph Connector will use an authentication type to connect to the data source. It can be a simple username and password-based basic authentication or more secure OAuth protocol with client ID and secret. Once connected, you will see connection successful message. We can proceed to the second step. Graph Connector allows the flexibility to configure the connection for your needs. It automatically selects properties from the connected data source. You can also add or remove properties. Property labels provide additional context to our relevance engine. You can assign the selected properties to these labels. You can choose to index the third-party content along with permissions. Graph Connector supports both Azure AD and non-Azure AD user and group permissions. Schema determines the search capabilities of the connection. You can mark a property to be queryable. It allows a user to directly query for that property values in search. Marking a property as searchable will match its content to search queries. A retrievable property is crawled by the connector to be available for customization. To create filters, you will need to mark that property refinable. As always, Graph Connector makes default choices for the schema. You can change them to suit your needs. Finally, refresh settings control how often changes in the data source will be updated in Microsoft Graph Index. The incremental refresh schedule picks up the updates and deletes of data from the previous crawl. The full refresh schedule runs periodic crawls to build a fresh index. At the end of configuration steps, you can review and hit publish. We can move to the third step, customizing a Graph Connector for search. You can enable and customize Microsoft Search experience in many ways. First, verticals allow us to categorize information shown to search users. You can create a new vertical for the Graph Connector content. Refiners allow you to create filters out of the properties that were marked refinable in the setup process. It will help users to narrow down their results quickly. Result type determines how each result card is shown in the search results. We have an adaptive card template to design flexible, smart templates for your search needs. It exports a JSON object to directly use in the customization steps. Once you complete the customization steps, the same search experience will be available in Office.com and Bing.com too. In summary, we saw an overview of the three-step process for setting up a Graph Connector and enabling Microsoft Search experience. Soon, we will show how to set up Graph Connector Agent, ServiceNow and Confluence connectors along with other M365 experiences. Until then, you can refer to our documentation. Write to us with any feedback or queries. See you soon!